What happened? What happened? What was that? What was that? I've never seen that before.
Okay, so let's take a look at what went down there again, because I've seen this replay a ton of times and I still don't know exactly what happened. We both rush up, KO Punch connects on my shielded partner Garkin while I'm dancing blading, and nothing happens to either of us. I have not seen anything remotely close to this anywhere else online. If you look up KO Punch glitch, KO Punch out prioritize, KO Punch, crazy something happened, it usually is like an aerial KO Punch, which has much less knockback, or the KO Punch animation doesn't hit, so they think that it hit, but it doesn't hit, or something crazy with the wind box happens, which is totally completely normal, or they get grabbed or something in the middle of that KO Punch. But this is nothing like that. If we slow it down as much as possible, both me and my partner here, this was a doubles game, and Roy is already dead, as you can see. We both rush up. Garkin shields just one frame before the active frames of KO Punch connect. And as we know, KO Punch has super armor on frames 8 and 9 of the attack, and on the 9th frame is when the hitbox starts becoming active. So he shields just before it connects, and the KO Punch animation goes through. Time slows down, the camera zooms in, we got that cool sound effect, but as you can see throughout the entire animation, this Marth is still shielded and just slides right behind this Little Mac and comes out of it while I'm dancing blading. And if you've seen some crazy KO Punch stuff, sometimes the animation doesn't hit, sometimes it's something weird with Luma gets in the way, but I've never seen anything like this before, because as we know, KO Punch cannot be shielded. It cannot be perfect shielded. Nothing could stop the KO Punch from happening. It's got super armor and it cannot be blocked. But as you can see, this Marth here straight up shields right before the KO Punch comes out. The KO Punch connects. It zooms in, does the entire animation, and the Marth doesn't even receive any damage. I don't receive any damage. In fact, the only one receiving damage here is the Little Mac from my dancing blade. And if we back it up here, one frame right before, this is where the Marth shields, and here's where it connects. And as you can see, the same frame that it connects, the last of the 2 frames of super armor, is where my dancing blade hits and does 4% damage to the Little Mac. So time slows down, he's shielded throughout the entirety of the animation, slides right behind him, and my dancing blade still continues because I hit him a second time, and everyone's safe. Nothing happened to either of the Marths, and Little Mac is done. It wasn't some crazy weird hitbox with the glove, there was nothing to do with grabs, or Lumas, or what have you. This was just a very unique instance. It had nothing to do with some crazy broken lag or anything, because this is the replay. And as we know, replays aren't saved video files. They just save the input data from the players and recreate the match. So this is something that happens. It's something that happens, and I have no idea. I still have no idea what happens. KO Punch cannot be perfect shielded, he doesn't receive any damage, yet the animation happens throughout its entirety while I'm dancing blading the Little Mac. I wasn't hitting my partner because my partner doesn't receive damage and I don't get hit. Nothing wonky happens except for the fact that a shielded Marth got KO Punch and nothing happened to him, while another Marth is dancing blading him. And I have no idea what's going on. We know there's some crazy stuff with Little Mac's KO Punch. Some really wonky things. In fact, later on in the stream, this was all covered from the same stream, without even trying. I'm just playing somebody different online, and they happen to have a Little Mac. I got my Charizard out here, and he gets his KO Punch meter. He throws it out, and I throw out a forward smash. I don't retain any damage, yet he does. It's really, really weird. We know KO Punch does not get out-prioritized. It does not trade with anything. It does not get shielded. But as you can see, on that KO punch. I don't know if it missed because my movement, my hurt box was moved when I kicked that leg up because of the forward smash, and then he gets damaged, but I don't. Crazy stuff, but still, nothing quite like what happens here because the KO punch animation happens. Slows down, we get the sound effect, and the camera zooms in, yet a shielded Marth comes out unscathed. What happened? I have no f***ing clue. And I don't know if anybody does.